Hi friends, in this segment we're going to see the prose My Childhood. This prose piece is an extract which is taken from Abdul Kalam's autobiography Wings of Fire. His name is Avul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam, who is known as APJ Abdul Kalam. This prose, My Childhood, revolves around the life of APJ Abdul Kalam. He was born into a middle class Muslim family. Kalam had three brothers and one sister whom he shared and enjoyed his childhood. His parents were kind hearted and simple people with great moral values. Kalam spent his entire childhood and grew up living in his ancestral house. The father of APJ Abdul Kalam was a very hardworking and simple person. His entire focus and priorities were to fulfill the necessities of his family and provide them with a decent life. Kalam's parents were not educated and consequently not rich, but they had a heart of gold and high values of self discipline and honesty. They always urged their children to follow their dreams and never forced their own decisions on them. Despite being a part of a Muslim family, Kalam's family strongly believed and practiced secularism. They believed in the equality of all religions and never belittled anyone in any regard as they were strictly against social inequality. The family happily enjoyed Hindu festivals and rituals. As a child, Kalam heard a lot of stories of the Prophet as well as Ramayana from his grandmother and mother, which is sweet and clear evidence of the fact that the family had an open heart and mind regarding the nature of mankind. The Second World War broke out in 1939 when he was 8 years old. He used to collect tamarind seeds to sell in the shop. His brother in law Jalauddin would tell stories about the war to him. Childhood is incomplete without friends. This held in the case of Kalam too. Kalam had three close friends while growing up who had a great influence and positivity. They always supported and motivated each other to be better every day. All these friends were from different cultural backgrounds but blended well with each other. There was no trace of racism or discrimination, but just love and brotherhood among them. While growing up, a lot of layers get added on in everyone's life, which includes layers of responsibilities and decisions. This story prominently highlights an instance from Kalam's childhood when he was in his fifth grade. Kalam generally had a habit of wearing a cap which gave him a distinct Muslim look. Also, he liked to sit on the same bench with one of his classmates named Ramananda, whose father was a Hindu priest. As children, they both always felt happy sitting next to each other. However, there was a new teacher who showed signs of narrow mindedness and therefore couldn't tolerate this beautiful bond. He made deliberate attempt to shift Kalam to the backbench. This instance broke out the hearts of Kalam and his friend Ramananda. Both the children informed their parents about the sad incident to which Ramananda's father came to meet their teacher and asked them to stop spreading communal hatred and social inequality. He even demanded an apology and warned in case if the teacher refuses, then he must quit. In response to this, the teacher quickly made an apology and reformed his behavior. There was another such instance from Kalam's childhood which never fails to touch the hearts of people. There was an occasion where Abdul Kalam was invited by his science teacher, Siva Subramania Iyer, and he was invited to come home for dinner. The wife of the science teacher was skeptical about her beliefs in religious segregation and therefore reluctant to serve him food. The science teacher loved Kalam immensely and had no such beliefs regarding the difference in religions. Therefore, he decided to serve him dinner and he sat beside him to eat his meal. His wife observed all this from standing behind the door. This melted her heart a little and gradually changed her. When Kalam was invited the second time, the wife of the science teacher served him with a meal, but from the kitchen. The science teacher was happy that his wife's thought process changed at least bit by bit. By the time the Second World War ended, Kalam had grown up and thus his upbringing came to an end. He went out for his further studies at Ramanathapuram upon receiving permission from his parents. Although he was one of the most lovable children of the family, at some point in life, his parents had to be strong to let him go and live his dreams. Kalam's life was shaped by friendship as he was growing up in Rameshwaram. Ramanatha Sastri, Aravindan, and Sivapragashan, all from traditional Hindu Brahmin households, were his closest friends. And they never discriminated against each other because of their religion or caste. He and his friends pursued different careers as they grew older. Ramanathan Sastri became a priest at the Rameshwaram temple. Aravindan started a company arranging transportation for pilgrims, and then Sivapragashan started a catering business for the Southern Railways. Finally, he ends up his thoughts by saying that we need to go away and move away from the safe zone if you want to grow. He is also giving a comparison of seagull because the seagull go across the sun without even having a nest, just by having only the hope. As it is directed by the 11th President of India, Abdul Kalam, we should also have the hope to chase our dreams. I hope you could have understood this prose. Stay tuned with Landing Station for further videos. Thank you.